Rwanda, it was CNN and BBC and Europe that was telling us in like Nigeria that there was a genocide in Rwanda. In Nigeria, I don't know what is going on in Niger, Chad, Cameroon, Ghana, except there's something very drastic like in Cote d'Ivoire, then BBC tells us what is going on. Africa needs to love Africa. We need to care. There's so much news, and when we start to talk about ourselves, then we stop corruption. We stop all the bad things we hear about in Africa. So we need to start to care before it's too late, is where Africa is coming from. I have to be optimistic. As a musician, as an African, I cannot think it will not succeed. I have to keep on trying and trying. And if I fail, my son and my children have to continue. Like Lumumba, continue. Like Kwame Nkrumah, like Marcus Garvey, like my father. We must never surrender. We must never, it is the duty. The sin for Africa is if we don't try. If we fail while we're trying, history will say we tried. If we sit back and don't care, then we completely fail. So I have to keep on trying. There is a great future for Africa. By showing Spanish people another side of Africa through entertainment, through music, Spanish people will start to say, oh, Africans are not that problematic like the news tells us. Because the news just tells us that African people are problematic, which is not very true. We have great doctors, we have great professors, we have great lawyers, we have great musicians, we have great athletes. So Africa is not a failure. African leaders are the failure. And they fail to show Africa in a good light because there's so much bad from the political side of Africa. So maybe with festivals like this, Spanish people start to say, oh, the problem is not Africa, but African leaders. And then African leaders eventually will have to change. They'll have to stop being corrupt. They'll have to start using the money they get from Europe and everywhere to address education, health, good roads, electricity in Nigeria, etc., etc., for the African people. Then Spanish people will come to Nigeria without a visa one day. And then you will not be afraid that Africans are going to run to Spain and give you more problems with your economy. Africa Viva! Africa for Africa. Thank you.